I've been developing my dream game for over 5 years now. Do you remember 2017? Such a different time. I still thought I liked Dota 2 and computer science. I still thought being in game development made me a special, unique snowflake. I was different. Well, I wasn't, and I especially am not now. Fast forward to 2023, and the indie game market is inconceivably oversaturated. The bar to entry hit the floor and is ever plummeting into the bowels of hell itself. I mean, look at these numbers. This is... oh my god almighty. Unfortunately for me, having thousands of other people copy my dream of being an indie developer hasn't deterred me. I've been diligently working on my stupid 2D exploration platformer for 5 stupid years, almost 6 come April. So, what have I learned after all this time? What would I do differently? What will I try to do in the next 5 years of development? Dear God, let me finish this project. Oh my god. Let's take a journey, friend, so you can be just as bland and painfully average as me. I'm honestly tempted to just rant about how you should expect everything to break in your plan, everything to go wrong, and there's definitely some merit to that, but that's admittedly an awful direction for both advice and for me to reminisce on the past fifth of my life. Maybe some advice is just to make a smaller game than you're envisioning, because either way, your vision is going to be packaged down by reality. Time is working against the game you want to make. If you care about every little detail and consistency, there's a huge price. Cutting scope isn't something I'm good at, though. After all this time, my idea of a minimum viable product has not significantly shifted. I've just adopted the general theme of, hey, maybe let's try to not focus on all this side optional content before the main quest is anywhere near completion. Looking forward, I definitely want to stay closer to the tracks, as I'm long past the idea stage, and really just need to execute on everything already lined up. Of course, I could take the rest of forever on my game if I wanted to. I didn't run a Kickstarter and make a bunch of promises to thousands of people. Although I don't consider myself that much better off than the developers in that demanding situation. At least they have demand. While I wish I was more efficient at making art or writing code, I think the area I have the most regrets in is marketing. It was a good call not launching a Kickstarter, but I definitely should have posted more than a handful of updates. Recording a major update video once a year is not sufficient. I should have posted devlogs far more regularly to put more eyes onto the project. Marketing is an area often far too neglected in indie development. You probably assume that the quality of your game will attract everyone after word spreads like wildfire. Well, maybe that's true, Mr. Toby, but the stats aren't looking great for that plan. Now, I majored in computer science, which I think qualifies as the exact opposite of a social science. So no, I don't know how to market products to people. Just take my simple general advice to do something, anything, to promote your game consistently. I'm definitely trying to do that now myself. All that being said, the quality of your game does actually need to exist. You'll need to work heavily to make that so. Of course, practice and always improve your skills across the board, and try to find help where you can to cover your weaknesses. But most of all, be certain to gather feedback from others actually playing your game. Ideally as soon as possible to ensure that the core mechanics are optimized. Make people play your game and consider everything they say and do. Watch what mistakes they make. Watch if they make that mistake again after you try to prevent it. Answer their questions and confusions before they even come up. Become known by your friends as the guy that makes a game, because you never shut up about how you're making it. Also be sure to find other playtesters outside of your biased friends and family. Of course, you also could just have a life and treat being an indie dev as a hobby, not a soul-crushing compulsion to slowly chisel out your own reality, completely subject to your own control and vision, where you can awe people with but a mere fraction of your infinite ideas, all only existing after years upon years of meticulous, painful, sacrificial labor! Yeah, you could do that.